here on True School Sports, my main man, 50 grand. And still, how you feel, Angelo?
I feel good. I feel exceptional.
Yep. There you go. He's taking my lines now. I like this. I like this.
I'm learning well.
But listen, guys, get your questions in because I know you guys always have a lot to say. Even when I'm not talking about Angelo, I could be talking about European cruiserweights, and they say Angelo this, Angelo that when I start going live.
Yeah.
So now he's here. You got him here. I'll ask some questions, Angelo, before they do.
Okay.
I guess now that you've had 48 hours now to process things,
Yeah.
a little under 48 hours. Yeah. What's your overall take of the Japan fight experience? Like the obstacles you had to overcome. Like, what do you feel was the biggest thing you had to overcome out here?
Just I think getting used to the time, mainly, that was a big factor. Considering I'm training really hard, I'm going through grueling training, and you got to find the time to rest when you're in a whole different time zone. We're 15 hours ahead of Vegas, so that's an important factor right there. Just getting the rest. Other than that, just adjusting and everything. Adjusting everything. The good thing is I had a great team behind me to help with everything, help with the logistics, and making sure everything went smoothly. And I just focus on my training. But other than that, it's been a great experience out here in Japan. I really love it out here. The fans have been, some of the best fans I've ever witnessed, and I've gotten a really good reception out here with the fans and all that. So I'm really proud of that. Really honored for that.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, man, because I've seen the ups and downs of your career more than most, and it makes me happy to see you get the attention I feel you deserve. Because I see how hard you work. You work fucking hard, harder than any fighter I know. So I'm happy about that. As far as the Kameda fight, what was the experience like with him in the ring? And when you were in the ring, did you feel the fight was as close as it was on the cards?
No, I thought I was outpointing him with the jab. I thought I was boxing him really well. It was one of those fights where as long as I boxed, stuck with my jab, the fight was going to be easy. And besides the crowd and all that, it's in his hometown, so of course, you're gonna hear a lot of hoopla from the crowd and all that every time he throws a punch. You don't even have to hit me. He can hit on the glove, he can miss, and they're still gonna go oohs, and you're gonna hear the oohs and ahs. But I thought I won. I rewatched the fight. I had it 9-3. Winning majority of the rounds. The only thing is the some of the rounds were close, but ultimately I thought I won the round.
Okay.
Yeah. So I could see why people say the fight was close, just because the rounds were close. But ultimately, if you sit back and look at the round closely, you see that I win every round.
Yeah, you won a lot of rounds. I watched last night. I had it 9-3. When I was there, I scored an 8-4.
Yeah.
But I was like, I kind of used, shout out to Johnny. I used Johnny's rule where you're down 2 points already.
Yeah.
So
did you forget about the rule about the betting favorite?
Oh, that.
We're not talking about that.
All right. Anyway, we'll talk about that. But as far as the Kameda when he was in there, what did he do? What would you say he did to I guess prevent himself from getting knocked out? Because it seemed like from the outside, like he was breaking your rhythm, tying you up a lot, doing all the veteran tactics. What do you feel?
No, I thought I was doing this exact same thing too. I thought I was boxing him. When he tried to come in, I would smother him and tie him up. Or I think he was getting tired. I think the movement, he was getting frustrated, and ultimately by the second half of the fight, he was getting tired, so he started to hold a little bit more. But he's a veteran in there, no doubt. His defense was on point, as you could see. So I had to make some adjustments and figure out ways to land my shots. But other than that, he's a veteran. I can't take anything away from him. He tried his best to become a world champion once again, and he came up short.
How was he different from when you guys sparred? What was different about him in the ring than when you sparred?
I'd say maybe it could have been the power. He was a little bit more stronger than I expected in sparring. Of course, when you have a fight, you're fighting 8-ounce gloves. not 14 or 16 ounce gloves. So that could make a difference. But it was pretty much the same Kameda, come forward, Mexican style, and yeah, it was pretty much the same thing that I expected, and we stuck to the game plan, and it worked out accordingly.
Okay. I know, like I'm reading the comments right now, and people are just like going nuts. They want me to ask you about, it's obviously the big questions are going to be about the unification fights, because everyone who like they know Inoue's coming up. They know like the Inoue fight is like fighting Canelo on these weight classes. You guys get legacy and money, a lot of money if you do fight him. So why should they asked me, why should Angelo? What makes him? He has a belt. All guys have a belt.
Right.
How far do you think? I know you're not like in business of making those fights, but like how far realistically do you think we are from those fights?
Oh, which fights? The
unification, any of the unification fights?
We're close. We're close. We're within the next year. They're gonna get them. So like, they're gonna get the fights. I'm one of those fighters that I'll fight anybody. I don't back down, and I don't duck nobody. And with me, they don't have to worry about that. They're gonna get the fights eventually. It could be either this year, next year, the following year, but as long as I'm fighting, you're gonna see me fight the best.
Correct. I know one fight that I know a lot of the fans want to see. I know I definitely know your dad wants to see is that Stephen Fulton rematch unification fight. I know you want it too, because there's a lot of history, and just you want to eventually get your loss, right?
Yeah.
But the thing about that is, I think Stephen Fulton is moving up to 130.
Yeah, he's so full disclosure. Stephen Fulton has already stated that he wants to go to 130, but he hasn't officially vacated the title. But as far as until he makes that announcement, it's still a fight that's in play.
Right.
So what do you think about, like, now with this experience and just leveling up over the last couple of years? What do you think about the Fulton rematch, unification rematch?
That's a fight that makes sense. I have a belt. He has a belt. We have some history, like you said, and I'm a different fighter from back then. And if you really take a look at my career, you could see that. You can see that I've improved a lot, and that one loss don't define me. And I could come back. There's plenty of times where, they rematch and the other guy wins.
Right.
And I agree on that, because he is a champion, but he still has to go through Ray Vargas to be because Ray Vargas, according
champion in recess.
Yeah, he's a champion in recess.
Yeah, so
I mean, if that gets cleared up at 126 and he's the actual real champion, then let's do it.
Yeah, because I think the boxing fans would really enjoy that fight, because and that's all I'm getting comments about is Fulton. They want the Fulton fight. Fulton has his number. Fulton this, Fulton that. So I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think it's a different fight now. I think I know you disagree with that.
Listen, man, that's been 5 years ago.
Yeah.
People change. People improve. I'm not the same fighter, as you can see,
And he wasn't able to make 122 anymore when he fought him.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I clearly told that he wasn't able to make it. I wanted him at 126. They didn't want to. They wanted him at 22.
So yeah,
and it was, and I'm not talking about Stephen Fulton. I'm talking about the promotional company.
So Mayweather Promotions and those guys.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, because that to me, when I look at like the landscape of American boxing, I feel like you and Stephen Fulton are two of the best American fighters there is. Any weight class, that just point blank period. You guys have put in a lot of work over the years, beating a lot of good fighters, giving a lot of great performances. So I feel like you guys just run it back.
Yeah, for sure. And it's great for the fans. Yeah, it'd be a great fight. Like last time we threw record-breaking numbers.
Punches.
Record-breaking punches. I think we ranked number 3 in the most punches thrown in the super bantamweight fight, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it makes for an exciting fight once again.
Yeah, it was like close to 2,000 punches combined.
Right.
Yeah, so. And then you got Rafael Espinoza. I personally feel like that's the fight to make at featherweight. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's the one right there that's going to let the people know who the real 126 or pound champion is.
Yeah, because like Espinoza, he's been knocking everybody out, and a lot of people feel like even though you're a very good fighter, they think he'll get you.
Yeah.
And I know there's plenty of people that think that you get him. So how do you envision that fight? Like, You and Rafael.
Ultimately, with my hand raised, I think it makes for an exciting fight. Him being a Mexican fighter, Mexican American. It makes for an exciting fight, and I just gotta, when time comes, me and my team will create a game plan to have my hand raised in victory.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to get to some real specific questions from people because.
Okay.
Like this one guy right here, Henderson, he actually rates you pretty highly. He said he actually has you on his own pound for pound list as number 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he always tells me on the lives, tell Angelo he's number 10 pound for pound.
Okay.
But he says he'd like to see you fight Shushu. He said, BT, tell him to fight Shushu, please.
Okay.
Shushu Carrington.
Yeah, Shushu, once he gets a belt,
Because I don't think he's going your direction. I feel like he's going to go another direction.
And that's fine, whatever, let him get a bout. And, we'll welcome him too because, he deserves that shot. If he has a bout, he deserves that shot.
He's pretty close to one anyways.
Yeah, he's almost there.
That bout.
That's a great fight to make.
I think he's the next up for the WBO.
Yeah, he's number 1 WBO and I believe number 1 WBC. So he's right there. He's right there. And so, and Shushu watches this channel, so I'm going to cut this up. Shushu, you heard it. Get the belt, champ. And
that's it.
That'd be a great fight. I feel like he does a great job of talking and marketing himself. And he's an exciting fighter from the mid range. Explosive puncher at times. So
and he's a good guy. He's a
good guy. Genuinely a good guy. Like I like Shushu.
And he's it's nothing personal. You know what I mean? It's just business.
Yeah. I am Mexico wants to know from you, Angelo. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on Subaru Murata? I heard you sparred him before. If that's correct.
Yeah, we've done a lot of sparring actually. Me and Subaru. He's a good fighter. He works very hard, and he's on his way. Eventually he's gonna get a title shot, in the next year or two as well.
Yeah. I know. He just fought probably maybe 10 days ago here in Japan. I know he won, so he's steadily being moved. Good fighter. Yeah. One of the many good fighters from Japan. Kyoto wants to know from you because me and your dad had this discussion before you came about. They want to know how would you feel about fighting the monster in Japan.
I want to fight the monster, but we have to figure that out when the time comes.
When the time comes, because we went through a lot, with the commission, and I know people will say oh, it's an excuse. We won. We won the fight. You won the fight. So
again, like I said, I don't back down. I would love to fight Inoue. He's one of the best fighters in the world, and that's what I'm in the sport to be. Is be the best. Mm-hmm. So in order to do that, you got to fight the best, and he's the guy that's in my way.
Yeah, I agree. Is there anything that I guess coming to Japan that boxing or non-boxing that kind of surprised you?
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
I can't think off tops, but the whole experience out here in Japan, it's a whole different world out here.
Yeah, food and
the food. Everything's smaller. The cars are smaller, the rooms are smaller, the portion sizes are smaller. It's just different. Yeah. But nonetheless, it's a great country. It's filled with a lot of history, and I'm planning to come back here pretty soon in the next month or two.
Yeah, I know you told me.
Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Skywalker says Albuquerque wants you to fight back a home champ.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're go back to Burke.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go back to Burke. We're gonna try pushing that venue out there. So hopefully I fight out there in my hometown once again.
That'd be great, man. Yeah, because people that don't know, Albuquerque is a great fight town with a lot of great history.
And we wanted to get that. We wanted to fight in our next fight in Albuquerque, but we also had to get this mandatory out of the way. That's the way it works. It's a mandatory, so you got to do it.
Yeah. People are asking why did he fight Tomoki in Japan and stuff like that? Well, because the sanctioning bodies, they have these things called mandatories and voluntaries, and after I won the championship, you had to fight a mandatory. So
Tomoki was the mandatory,
and the IBF tends to be the most consistent and strict when enforcing the mandatories.
Yeah.
So if you don't fight them, you can get stripped, and he works very hard to get that belt. Who the hell wants to lose it?
Right. So we honor that. And now we're out here in Japan, and I have a new wrinkle in my resume, or wrinkle in my How would you call it?
Yeah, you have
An
another
accolade?
a new just another notch under your belt
There you go.
as far as like
Yeah.
you know your big fight experience.
Right.
Because I feel like for me, my big takeaway from this is whether it's Inoue or Espinoza or maybe something at 130 one day. I think this is going to add to you fighting on the biggest stages.
Oh yeah, for
Because
sure. Yeah. This is a fight where I'm out of my element. You know, I'm not in my country. I'm across the world. You know, in a different time zone and all that. So, yeah, it just adds another notch to my belt, like you said.
correct. Oh God. So we got a super chat. Slinky Brown says, would Angelo ever fight on PBC?
Would we ever fight on PBC? Why would he ask that question?
I don't know why I would ask that question. I guess maybe because Fulton's a PBC, so maybe they feel like they had to get involved.
Yeah, tell him that it would probably only be for the PBC for a Fulton fight.
For Fulton, yeah, probably only for Fulton. Yeah. So there's that. Jeffrey the Pig wants to know. That's a funny name. Does Leo want to work with Kameda Promotions again after how much they delayed this bout?
As far as like a rematch,
maybe not the rematch. I don't know. He didn't specify. I do know that they Koki remember said that they're interested in Fernando and Joseph. So maybe in that regard, maybe with other fighters.
maybe we could do.
As far as working like with my team,
yeah.
We could do something like that.
Probably, yeah. It would all depend, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we would have to sit down and actually talk about all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
To be honest, guys, the fight just ended, so there's a lot of things that we have to process and iron out. It's not easy to
give
you guys a correct answer because they still got to get to America.
Yeah.
You know,
when
but
the smoke clears, then you know.
But we're trying to like talk to you guys. Would you call yourself a complete fighter? I've seen you fight at all ranges beautifully.
Yeah,
yeah,
I definitely would, and that's something a lot of people don't recognize is that you know I could box, I could fight on the inside, and I could do a lot of things in there. And this fight, I showed that I could box, use my jab, fight from the outside. Other fights, I've showed where I could fight on the inside and just
brawl and
be a dog in there.
I've seen. I really think the fight that, and I told you this before, one of the fights where I think you showed the most skills was actually the Eduardo Baez fight. I love the Eduardo Baez fight.
Yeah.
He didn't get the knockout, but a lot of different things were shown in that fight.
Yeah. So that's a lot of things that people don't see is those little wrinkles in my game that if you pay close attention, you might be able to see them.
Correct. So I'm excited. Okay, Hyro, I know it's you. I'm trying to act like it's not you. I know it's you, champ. He's asking him. He said, "Would you fight Brandon Figueroa?"
Yeah,
I don't know why.
We would fight Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa has a title to him.
Yeah, Brandon Figueroa. I mean, look,
because when we wanted to fight Brandon Figueroa, PBC didn't want to make that fight. You know what I mean? And now that
they told you guys that we don't want to do the fight,
they steered us off in a different direction.
Okay, they had him go fight Neri or the other guys he was fighting at that time.
And,
okay.
So right now, if Figueroa can get himself another bout, hey, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. He's fighting Joet Gonzalez, Brandon Figueroa.
Yeah. So on July the 19th,
he might lose that fight because
that's a tough fight.
Joet performed well against Venado. He beat K guy, who was a guy you were gonna fight.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the running for this fight.
Yeah.
So who knows? But they want to know: would you fight in Saudi Arabia?
Would I fight in Saudi?
Just all depends.
It all depends. It all depends.
Man.
It all depends on the money, but
pretty much. Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you guys this. Look. I can't speak for other featherweights, but I just know up top, as far as places you fought in: New Mexico, Atlanta, Florida, Vegas. Right? You fought in Vegas. Did you fight in LA?
I fought in LA.
Yeah, LA, Osaka, Japan. Okay, so Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico.
So 3 countries, like 5 or 6 different cities in America. Houston, Texas. Connecticut. I mean,
what is it?
Colorado. So we're no stranger to.
Listen, he's got his frequent flyer miles just off the charts.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, of course I'd fight in
If Saudi Arabia, listen, if it made sense, I'm sure they'd take it. You know. How can you handle the volume of a Nick Ball? I think he would beat you on points for late stoppage. No disrespect to you though, champ.
That's funny.
Just I throw a lot of punches as well. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
I throw a lot of punches as well. There's a lot more to it than just volume.
How smart is Nick Ball? That's good.
There you go.
What's his IQ like?
so Miguel is countering you, Rocky, and he wants to know how smart do you believe Nick Ball is? Do you think he's shown the boxing acumen to just win a fight with volume against someone like Angelo?
Could he make adjustments?
Can he make the adjustments?
Does he know how to box?
Yes.
Does he know? I mean, come on.
Raymond Ford, good fighter, but Raymond Ford took a long time to adjust.
At this level that I'm in, everyone's gonna come in shape.
Everyone's good.
Everyone's good. Everyone's powerful. Everyone's got speed. It's who's got this up here is what makes the difference.
Okay. Yeah. Staying on the subject of Nick Ball, Hand History asked you, Angelo, why not push for the Nick Ball fight next to ruin the fight with him and Inoue? Basically make Inoue fight Leo sooner. So they're saying pick Nick Ball off, get a belt, and then
if Nick Ball is willing to come down to New York, let's get it. Let's get it going.
Yeah, come down to New York. Miguel's saying come down to New York.
The U.S.
Let's do it in the U.S. I mean, he's a champion too. Why do we have to be going to other people's countries? Let them start coming over here to the U.S. And meeting up with us here. Yeah, I mean it works both ways.
I don't think Nick Ball's ever fought in the States. Huh?
Nick Ball, to my knowledge, has never fought in the States. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nick Ball, I don't, because the first time I seen him fight was against Isaac Lowe on Tyson Fury's undercards like 4 years ago. And from then on, I never seen him fight in the States. So, I think he should try to come to the States.
Yeah. We could do it in Vegas, too.
We do it in Vegas. We could do it in New York.
The Mecca boxing, yeah. I mean, I know the Brits love to travel. I'm sure there'll be plenty of scouts that would love to come to the Vegas and drink and cheer on their guy Nick Ball in a great fight against Angelo.
Yeah. It'd be a great event.
Another guy I think I'm seeing a lot in the comments because you just faced off with him in Vegas. Mikito Nakano, number 8 IBF featherweight contender. You got any thoughts on that match?
Eventually, if he's number 8, you said
he's number 8. They have updated. He'll probably be in the top 5 when they update it.
Okay, yeah, that's a fight that could definitely happen in the future.
Yeah, because he's probably to me the best Japanese featherweight right now. Like real
explosive. We would invite anybody right now, but in the States, you know what I mean?
States, yeah.
Let's do it in the States. Anybody.
Yeah, because again, I'm gonna recite it again. Plant City, Colorado, New Mexico. Where else was
Atlanta, Georgia,
Texas, Atlanta,
Connecticut.
Been everywhere.
Florida.
At some point, I think Angelo should be afforded the chance. I'm not saying just a chance to build himself up, or not build himself, but fight in the States and have to travel out of the way so much. He's traveled. He proved I know you guys say, oh, you want a fighter that will do anything it takes to prove he's a champion. This is it right here. I'm not saying this because he's my friend or I'm a part of the team. No, this is it right here.
When was the last time we fought in Vegas?
There you go. Let's do that one. Miguel and Angelo moved to Las Vegas in 2017.
Right.
When was the last time? You guys got box track. When was the last time Angelo and Miguel or Angelo Leo had to fight in Las Vegas?
And we live in Vegas.
We live in Vegas.
And they live right down the street.
Right down the street from the MGM.
Yeah. You see.
I'll tell you.
When? What was that?
2019.
2019. You fought who? Tapia?
Mark John Yap.
Yeah. So
Mark John Yap. That's the last time I fought in Vegas.
6 years.
6 years ago, yeah.
You think him being a world champion now? We deserve to.
He's been a world champion 2 times and never had a chance to fight in Vegas since he's been a champion. So that's not right. I think he should. And I think Nick Paul, Espinoza, Shushu, all these fights you guys keep badgering me about every live, whether I'm talking about Angelo or not, these are the kind of fights that should be happening in Las Vegas.
Exactly.
You know?
And in those 6 years, I've accumulated so much fans out there in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if you were to fight, let's say, any Japanese fighter, you got Japanese fans now.
Yeah.
Rocky says that Nick Ball beat Ford, high IQ fighter. If that's not smart, then I don't know. Look, man. Oh, you can respond to that.
Nick Ball is a very good fighter. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, but I just feel that he can't make the adjustments to beat Angelo. He's not smarter than Angelo.
No.
You know what To me, he's a one-dimensional fighter. He fights in one way, and that style that he fought Ford was the style that would beat Ford. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at this. I think it was a kid from actually New Mexico, Angel.
I don't. Aaron Perez.
Yeah, he gave Ford. He had that same style, and he gave him. I think it was a draw, right?
Yep, that was when undercard was there. That was an undercard.
So that's you know, they got to understand that styles make fights, and that style and that style was made to beat Ford.
Yeah. I love these comments. They said Nick Ball is not an issue, but Espinoza, you need to avoid him. Big scary Espinoza.
Ooh, we love that.
We love that fight.
Scared.
Please, we love that fight.
Shiver me timbers.
You got any thoughts? Shiver me timbers. But man, right here says kickball is the weakest champion at 126. I don't want to put him down. You said that, not me, Chev. Oh, okay. Here's a more wholesome question. Angelo, I was wondering, what age did you start boxing, and do you have any advice for people who want to start boxing?
I started boxing, I think, 8 years old.
Yeah.
And then he said, "What advice would I give?"
Yeah. What advice?
Oh, just train hard.
Just train hard, right?
Train hard, you know, and watch a lot of boxing.
You know, I'm glad you said that, right? Because I get around these fighters, they say I don't watch boxing. You know, why would I watch boxing? I'm in the gym all the time. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I guess different strokes for different folks, but I mean, watching boxing, what's it gonna? It could only improve. You know, I don't see how it could, you know, harm your fight, your fighting game or anything like that. It could only improve, get ideas, and you learn more. You know, and as long as you're learning in the sport of boxing, you're growing, and you're growing, you're becoming better. So. Okay. That's what I say.
Cause I know you watch a lot of boxing. You watch like you guys don't know. Like if he was, I honestly feel that if Angelo was not a fighter, I'm not saying he would be a reporter, but he would be like doing something boxing related, like
probably
a commentator.
Like I think you might even do that after your career.
Could be.
Maybe could be because
possibly
he watches that much boxing. Like I can name a lot of fighters that a lot of our fighters don't know about, and Angelo will know about them.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, like one time
from like the 60s and 70s, I watched a lot of fighters from then.
You read a lot of books.
Yeah, I have a lot of books. I have boxing encyclopedias, ring magazines, stacked like this big of magazines. So,
yeah, from way back in the day when he was. Yeah. We still have the magazines from that got him into boxing. I still have them.
You still have them?
Yeah, they're in storage.
So, like, I want y'all to understand this. Like, he's one of y'all. He's one of y'all. Like the other guys.
And I went out my way one time to go online and I ordered a ring magazine from May 1994, which was the month I was born.
Just because?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, and surprisingly, coincidentally, the new face, you know how a ring magazine has like a new face?
The new face, like that guy that's coming up.
Guess who it was?
Johnny Tapia?
Daniel Romero.
So that's significant. Yeah. So for those that don't understand the significance of what he just said, Angelo bought a ring magazine from the month and the year he was born, and in ring magazine they used to have the segment called New Faces, which would basically be like, you know,
prospects,
somebody
coming up, look after.
And the guy from the issue that was you know, the new face was Danny Romero, who was the fighter of your other coach, Luis Chavez. And so it all comes full circle.
Yep.
Yeah. They ask Leo, who are some of the boxers you admired growing up? Was it Johnny Tapia, Danny Romero, or was it other boxers as well?
Yeah, those two for sure, because they're from my hometown, and they brought a lot of inspiration to me, knowing that those fighters could they came from the same city as I did, and they made it.
Mm-hmm.
But the real one that really got me into boxing, I have to say Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah. Fun fact. So your fight trunks and your role from this fight, it was inspired by Oscar De La Hoya. Which fight was it again?
De La Hoya versus Kamau.
Kamau versus Kamau. So even to this day, you're still paying homage.
Yeah. If you look at that fight, you'll see that I have the navy robe on. He has a navy robe on. I have the blue trunks on, and he has the blue trunks on as well.
Okay. Shout out to the Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Hyro says, "Are we going to forget that Ball fought 122-pounders twice?" So I think he's alluding to the fact that, you know, as a champion, first defense against Ronnie Rios, 22-pounder, and then the last fight was against I forgot
what's
who
his
it was.
name? Doheny?
Doheny.
Yeah.
Doheny, yeah. So 2 122 pounders. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Espinoza fought Robesi in the rematch. That was a good one for the second defense. But in between the Robesi rematch, was Sergio Trino Sanchez, and then he fought Vasquez, who's a good fight. I like Vasquez.
Yeah.
Vasquez is a 130 pounder they brought down. Not even a massive puncher at 30. So,
yeah.
That's how I feel. That's a funny question. If Fulton becomes a champ at 130, would you rather fight Fulton to become a 3-weight division champ in your revenge fight, or fight with Inoue at 126? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Because those are both great fights.
I think it would come down to how long it's going to take Inoue to go up to 126 and where Angelo feels with his weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a timing thing. That's really a timing thing.
It's more of a
that
timing.
really is. Yeah, that really is.
Because we know that the one that does the most for your legacy is the Inoue fight, as it is for anybody in the round
for
weights.
sure, yeah.
But there's also just as
So
that pride as a man,
and legacy. I think being a 3-weight division champion, that's a big thing in itself.
And avenging your only loss.
Yeah,
So like Lennox Lewis, one of the reasons why he's considered the greatest heavyweight by some people is that his knockout losses to McCall and Hasim Rahman, he avenged them both back in devastating fashion.
Yeah.
So nobody that ever stepped in the ring with Lennox Lewis could ever say they got one over him. He beat every man that ever was in the ring with him.
Damn.
Yeah. Even if he's not undefeated,
Yeah. Still, that speaks volumes right there.
So yeah. Let's see where we at right now. We got like 10 more minutes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go 10 more minutes. I know Angelo, he's tired, he's sore, hungry, but he's coming here, and I really appreciate him so much because it's been a lot of years. I remember a while ago, around that time when you were on Friday. I remember I went to the Fulton Figueroa fight as a fan, and I left you and Johnny. You guys did the live. You guys did a whole live for Cambosis Lopez.
Yeah.
So he's part of the history of True School. Like
yeah.
This is, but thank you for taking the time, Angelo.
Of course.
Get your question, guys. 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna get him out of here. They want to. My man Haki says right here. He's from Malaysia. He says, "Hi Leo, who is the best Japanese boxer currently not named Inoue, and why?
The best Japanese current boxer?
That's not Naoya Inoue.
Probably Nakatani.
Nakatani?
Yeah.
Nakatani's doing big things right now, knocking everybody out, devastating fashion. Yeah, sure. I'm a Kenshiro guy, as you know.
Yeah, Kenshiro,
but yeah. See who else? I know I missed a couple comments. Oh, shout out to Skywalker Boxing Media. He says my uncle was Bobby Chacon, the former featherweight champion. He got to meet Enzo when he was a kid at tournaments. Enzo got a lot of wisdom compared to these other featherweight champions. You remember meeting Bobby Chacon, the legendary champion?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
It was at a tournament.
You were there?
Yeah.
You were there?
It was an outside event in San Bernardino.
Yeah, it was out there in California.
San Bernardino.
And
Shane Mosley was there too. I met Shane Mosley there. But yeah, I remember Bobby Chacon.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, great guy too.
Yeah, and a lot of people a lot of kids, my
they wouldn't even know.
They wouldn't even know who he was. But see, I was always watching boxing, so I remember the fights. I remember watching Bobby Chacon and Cornelius Boza Edwards.
Ooh, okay. Did you? So when you saw him, you knew immediately that that's Bobby Chacon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, it's Bobby Chacon right there.
I'll tell you right now, there's not a lot of fighters today that would know who that is.
Yeah.
So the fact that he knows, this guy's a real boxing guy. I mean, I know we watch a lot of boxing when we hang out and stuff. Like I know at one time we had the funny line where we said, those Clarence Bones Adams fights aren't going to watch themselves. we watch because we know Bones Adams, former contender back in the day. He has a gym now in Vegas, Angelo Spars.
Wasn't he a champion?
He was a champion, yeah. He had some good fights. We
WBA champion, right?
Yeah. Let me see. There was a fighter called Raymond Poon Kai Ching, which he was fighting in your undercard against Kameda. Do you have any thoughts of him? I didn't watch that fight.
I didn't watch.
No, we weren't at the.
We weren't there at the venue, but yeah. They want to know how long are you staying in Japan, and there's any locations you want to visit before you head back home?
Oh, we got till tomorrow.
Yeah,
we're staying here until tomorrow. Today I probably want to check out the Osaka Castle.
Yeah.
Get some time to check that out.
That'd be cool,
real quick, and then I think there's so much to see out here in Japan.
That's why we have to come back.
Gotta come back, because
this one was it was
business,
cool, but it was mainly business. We
couldn't really enjoy it. You know what I mean?
I want to fight and you know all the stuff like with the Kamedas.
Yeah.
Just a whole
But
bunch.
nonetheless, though, you know, when we weren't training, it was cool. You know, just on the train and all that, just like the simple things.
That's crazy. Like, you know, I don't know if you saw. I took a clip of you on the train. You were on your phone. I'll show it to you. But like, I was thinking to myself, like, how many world champions are just taking the train like in Japan? Like,
It was fun. It was kind of a reminder when we lived in LA and taking all the red line and all that under the subway. It was cool, man. It's, you know, takes you back and lets you remember where you come from.
Where you came from, yeah. For me, it was like extra. I told you, I said this many times amongst ourselves, but it was like extra surreal for me to have you guys here because I've been to Japan twice and I'm like the Japanese boxing guy in America.
Yeah.
So it's like to have you guys, and then now I'm in Japan. I'm seeing you in like these Obima TV commercials that I see for other fights. Yeah. Like I'm like, this is insane. Yeah. For me, it was like,
this is crazy.
I still can't believe
like,
it. Like
4 years ago, I wouldn't even think like I'd be fighting out here in Japan.
In Japan, yeah. I never thought I would come to Japan once, let alone come here to the point where it's like
my friends fighting
out here, and you know, like I know people here. It's crazy. It's like it's madness. They said, "Congrats, Leo from Houston, Texas." Got Houston in the building. Okay,
yeah, shout out to Houston, Texas.
We love Houston, Texas. Jeffrey says, "What is your favorite boxing fight? Do you prefer chess matches or wars?" That's a good question.
I like both. There's a few fights where you're able to see both, but you know, I like both.
Yeah.
It just depends on the mood.
Yeah.
Sometimes my Mexican genes they flare up, so I want a full on war.
Yeah. You get the hot red-blooded Mexican genes.
So I want to see a Barrera Morales fight.
Mm-hmm. I know your dad used to always tell me, he eloquently would tell me, like, BT, when you do things, do them con huevos. So,
yeah.
So sometimes that happens in the ring. It comes out in the ring.
Yeah, I like them both.
Okay. What do you think about, they want to know, what do you think about Kenshiro Teraji, BT's favorite Japanese fighter?
To be honest, I haven't watched enough of him.
Yeah, you have to watch enough of him to have that opinion. But
is he the one that has a good straight right hand?
Yeah, he's the one that has a little bit straight.
I
remember one time the amazing. I remember we were watching. He said he's really white. One time you're like, he's really light.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. That's
he bounces in a lot. He throws the right hand. He's like really aggressive.
Yeah, he's good. But I gotta watch a little bit more of him.
Yeah, I think right now he's the number 9 pound for pound on Ring Magazine.
Damn.
Yeah, really good fighter. Leo, since you mentioned Junto earlier in the question, skill wise, who do you think would be a more difficult opponent for you, Inoue or Junto? That's a good question.
I'd have to say probably Inoue. Yeah, probably Inoue.
Okay, Inoue. Why Inoue?
Probably because he got a little bit more speed, I guess.
The speed,
and maybe more experience.
Experience, a lot more experience.
Yeah, he's coming down from a lower weight, so he's got a lot of speed with him, and I just think that in the experience. But Junto, that'd be a tough fight as well. But I got a good team, so we could all
make
carry a game
adjustments.
plan.
Yeah,
just like I told Tomoki the press, when they asked me what's your game plan, I told him I was going to make the adjustments.
Yeah, adjustments. Yeah, if you follow the build-up, the word that Miguel used, the word of the week was adjustments, and the word I think for every fight week will always be adjustments.
Because what did Floyd Mayweather say? A true champion can always adjust.
A true champion can adjust to any situation. I know, like, even though you're not with Floyd, I know that time still imprinted in you, that time in the gym.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Of course, you always learn, and you take.
That's part of my career. That's like that defines a period of time where I learned so much over at the Mayweather Boxing Gym, and you could see that in some of my fights. You could see little glimpses of Floyd. You could see like the work ethic I got is from Floyd as well. You could see glimpses of De La Hoya. You could see glimpses of Manny Pacquiao.
Romero Gonzalez, I know your dad likes a lot.
Chocolatito, Chavez, Julio Cesar Chavez. So, I get a little bit of everything from different fighters, and I just, shake it up and mix it up and shake it up, and there you go. You got my style.
Yeah, there was a comment a little further up. They said that, like, you have the most wisdom of all the featherweight champions.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I'll tell you, for those that don't know, I mean, you spent a lot of time at Mayweather's gym, right? But I know you guys had some time out in LA when you were a kid.
Yeah.
So you spent a lot of time at Wild Card
We
with
did, and
Freddie Roach, and you were around Manny Pacquiao.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how many fighters
we were
had
around,
time with
we were
Pacquiao?
around Manny Pacquiao, Amir Khan. We were around
Benavidez.
Benavidez, you know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All the Benavidez.
I even did mitts with Jose Benavidez
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was helping me out for a little bit,
Yeah, so you got
for
some.
like a day or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you got some deep roots.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the roots go
Got
deep.
some history.
You know, there's even some fighters that people that are so irrelevant now that people probably have heard the names of years that you sparred. Like I know, like one of them is like Zou Shiming.
Or Giovanni Segura.
Giovanni Segura. You guys remember Giovanni Segura, Zou Shiming? He sparred these guys.
Flyweight champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Leo Santa
Santa
I
Cruz.
remember I took off school to go spar Giovanni Segura.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how you know. That's how you know he was meant to fight. He took off school to go spar Giovanni Segura.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He got an absence.
Yeah.
Just to go spar.
Yeah. And you okay with that? Like
at the Azteca gym, yeah.
At the Azteca gym.
Wow,
The infamous Azteca gym.
Okay. All right, we'll do two more questions, then we'll get you out of here. They said, do you know Chop Gonzalez, and would you fight him later down the line?
Yeah.
Albert Chop Gonzalez?
Yeah, I know who he is. He fought on undercard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought on undercard out there in Albuquerque.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Bernardo.
Yeah. So, that's one down the line. You know, he's making his way up the rankings, and that's eventually one.
Good fighter, you know, and
Yeah.
he's got a very renowned trainer, Robert Garcia. You know, I'm sure Miguel would love the opportunity to match, you know, with Robert Garcia as a coach because, you know, he's produced a lot of world champions.
Yeah, Robert Garcia's a legend, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a great trainer.
Yeah, so hopefully it can happen at some point. Okay, the last one will get you out of here. And it's a good one. On the right note, Leo, what is your favorite Oscar De La Hoya fight? I love the fight with I Corte.
My favorite Oscar De La Hoya fight. Which one would you have to be?
It's a lot to choose from. He fought a lot.
He fought a lot. He fought Tito Trinidad.
He fought Franco Vargas.
He was on fire there for a little bit, you know, without fighting all the best of the best.
Arturo Gotti one was good.
That was
a good one.
Mayorga,
yeah. He was a little older there. That was like in 2006.
Floyd.
He fought Floyd.
He fought Sugar Shane Mosley.
Rafael was it Rafael
Ruelas? Yeah.
Ruelas, yeah.
I'll be honest, I'll probably agree with him on that with I Corte.
I Corte, that's the one.
I like that one.
I Corte.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I just I Corte too.
And my favorite Oscar fight's a bit of a weird one. I like
I Corte just because he got up off the canvas
Mm-hmm.
and he rallied strong in the later rounds. In the last round, I think too.
Pushed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an all action fight. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite Oscar fight. I just really liked his performance against Obakar.
Obakar?
Yeah, like I felt like he blended his boxing skills.
From Detroit?
Yeah,
he was.
Detroit, a slick fighter.
Yeah.
You know, Oscar.
I was actually watching that one in Santa Fe.
Recently?
Yeah.
So that was.
I wasn't really paying attention though, but I remember putting it on and kind of got distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens in camp. But on that note, look, I'm gonna let you go, Angelo. Any final message you want to give to the boxing fans about just the time in Japan, future fighters, or just anything on in your heart or your spirit you want to get out there?
Nah, not really.
I think pretty much said what you needed to say, right?
Yeah.
So there he is, and still the IBF featherweight champion, great fighter, and we look forward to give you guys more great fights and memorable nights, and we'll talk about it on True School Sports.
Yeah, thank you for having us, BT, and we look forward in being on your next live or one of your lives
when you come back.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Shout out to all my fans, everyone that tuned into my last fight. I know you guys woke up pretty early, or they stayed up really early, so I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me, and just tune into my next one. Hopefully it's in Vegas or Albuquerque. We're gonna push for it, but just tune in.
Just tune in.
It goes up from here. That's it.
It goes up, and maybe one of these days, Angelo will have to interview me.
Yeah, right.
I talked about you. I was like, you got to interview me one day. Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right.